Hello everybody and welcome back for episode 11 of the Doll Symposium. As always, I am your host, Shizusan, and my gorgeous assistant today is the very beautiful Hanamaru. So without further ado, that kind of rhymed, didn't it? Why don't we start today's video? Alright everybody, so we are going to get started with today's episode, and as you could tell, it's been a while. My beard is growing really long, really itchy. I don't know if I can take it anymore, but work is getting weird as we're trying to transition back to going to the office somehow. Still hasn't been worked out, so hopefully I'll get to shave this down sometime soon. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I keep it? I think it's just a little too long. I think I need to go back to it being short, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But this is a doll channel, not a beard channel, so let's get on with today's topics, right? So first up, as always, we're going to talk about Dollfie Dream news. So to get rid of the elephant in the room, so to speak, let's start with Mini Dollfie Dream, as Hanamaru over here is very anxious to talk about. So one thing that people have mentioned in the comments section in my last video was, do I know anything or have I heard anything about Mini Dollfie Dream, the new body that is coming out? So first of all, it's already released. It was actually released, I believe it was the very last week of June. For the grand opening of Osaka. So in the last episode of the Doll Symposium, I talked about the grand opening of Doll Point Osaka, and she was, the doll really was released during that grand opening, and it's called the MDD Mochi Ashi, or the Mini Dollfie Dream Mochi Ashi. Now, I don't know what Mochi Ashi means, but maybe one of you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. I could have just Googled it, I guess, but I didn't think about that beforehand. So it's just Mochi Ashi. So it was released first at the grand opening of Doll Point Osaka, and the big difference with the Mochi Ashi body is that it's more, I don't own one, I've only seen it through pictures, but from what I could tell, it's more childlike. And what I mean by that is it has, like when you have very young children, it's a very weird topic to talk about, I guess, but I don't know. I don't want to seem like some kind of weird pedophile, but like, it's when you have younger kids, and you know how younger kids, they have like what's called, or what's commonly known as like baby fat, right? So these younger versions, they're the same height. I believe they're the same height. It's just the way they proportion the bodies out is that they're going to be a little bit more curvy. So the thighs and the legs are a little bit more curvy. Also, the legs have been, I don't want to say shortened, but the shins are shorter and the thighs got longer to balance it out, if that makes any sense. And they're much more plump, right, because of the baby fat. And I don't think the arms changed. It doesn't look like the arms changed, but the hands did a little bit. Hands got a little bit more chunkier. So they have, the best way I could describe it is it has more childlike features, as in baby fat. Think baby fat. Also, they have released a new head for this as well. So the head, I don't know what the DDH number is for the head. Maybe you guys that know it, put it down in the comment section down below. But the pictures I've seen didn't label the head number. So it could be DDH 21. No, I think 21 and 22 are already spoken for new ones coming out. It could be 23, or it could be 20. I don't know. But if you guys know, put it down in the comment section down below so everybody else knows. But there is a new head, and there's only one, but it's definitely more rounder and more fuller in the cheeks as well to give it more of a childlike look. Now, these dolls aren't sold normally. You can't just buy them off the website and whatever. As far as I know, they're only available currently, at least, as a Dollfie Dream choice. Now, if you've watched my other video a few months back that I did when I went to Japan, Dollfie Dream choice is when you go to Doll Point Akihabara and now Doll Point in Osaka to custom build your own Dollfie Dream. So that is the only way you could get the Mochi Ashi body that I know of as of right now. I think there are plans for it to be sold just the body itself at some point. And I think probably a D-cord model is probably going to be something that's going to happen if it has not happened yet already. Most of this news is relatively new. So there's still a lot of unknowns, and obviously the best information is coming from those that actually live in Japan and are able to that are able to buy these products right now. Since I don't have one and I can only go by for what I can find on the internet, that's all I really know about these dolls at the moment. But there's new news coming out every day as people are purchasing them, so we'll find out more as time goes. Now, also, when this was released, they also released like elf ears that could go on these mini Dollfie Dream heads. Now, I know that they can go on other heads. From what I'm told, they should be able to fit. But if not, then definitely don't quote me on that. I'm just assuming that they can. But they do come in a small, medium, and large length for how long you want the ears. And it looks like it's something that you can attach from the pictures that I've seen and detach. But I'm not 100% sure on that either. If you guys know, put it down in the comment section down below so that other people can find that out as well. Now, that is definitely one of the biggest news that a lot of people have been asking for. I do apologize if I haven't covered everything that you wanted to know, but that's really all that I know about it right now. I do have the opportunity to buy a Mochi Ashi body so that I can review it for you guys. The thing is I don't have any money for it right now. Like, I have the opportunity to buy it. I've been given the opportunity to buy it, but I have no money. So as soon as I do, I will purchase one and I'll let you guys know my personal opinions. But as of right now, I don't have one to showcase for you guys. I'm sorry. Now let's move on. Another big news that came out of Volks is Volks International has announced their new Super Dollfie Disney Princess. Now remember, the Super Dollfie line has nothing to do really with my channel per se, as I mostly covered Dollfie Dream and Smart Doll, as well as any other anime related dolls. But I am a big Disney fan, so I'm going to cover it in my channel anyway. So Super Dollfie Princess, the first one that was released, at least for this new line, was Rapunzel, because we know that there was a Cinderella and I believe a Belle that was released way prior, and an Ariel way prior, but they were like super limited. So now we're coming out with the newer version of the Cinderella. So a couple of things to know. If you want to purchase Cinderella, you have to go to the Volks International website from July 17th to August 3rd. Okay, that is the application date. Now I say application because it's really an application. It's sort of like a lottery, but not. So I'm going to explain how this works. It was really, really hard to try to figure it out as I don't read Japanese, and when you Google translate it, it came out a little weird and funky. So this is what I could piece together for you guys. So starting on July 17th to August 3rd, you go on the Volks International website and you apply to buy a Cinderella Dollfie Dream. Super Dollfie, sorry. Now, when you send in this application, you get to choose pick up or delivery. Now, obviously, if you're going to pick up, you have to be a resident of Japan living in Japan. If you want a delivery, you're going to get it sent to your house. Now, there's two different dates. The first date is going to be on, what is it? Where was it? August 30th. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. August 30th is when you can pick up your Super Dollfie Cinderella at Kyoto, at the Tenshi no something in Kyoto. I forgot the name, but the doll place, the Super Dollfie place in Kyoto. Then, if you did the delivery option, they won't start shipping them out until September 11th. Okay, so there's a little bit of a difference in time, and then plus shipping time is going to be a little bit even more if you're an international buyer. Now, the thing that I said about it being a lottery or not is weird. So you send in your application, and apparently there's like a certain number of reserved. Now, I don't want to say stock, but I'm assuming it's stock, like a certain number they have pre-made in stock. All those dolls are going to be going from the applications and at the actual event, because this is not only online, this event is going to happen in Kyoto, at the Tenshi no something place. I don't know the name. I think it's Sumite or something like that. Don't quote me, because I could be totally wrong on how it's pronounced. But anyways, you can go to the event and put in your application there as well. So from that application stock, once that has filled its maximum quota, right, all applications taken after that are going to be lottery. And all those applications that end up being in the lottery, you're going to get an email sent to you around, I think it was August 14th. So August 14th, you'll receive an email saying whether or not you have won. I'm assuming if you met within the quota time of your application, that you'll get an email immediately or something of that nature, letting you know that, your doll is going to be purchased and sent to you on September 11th. Now, for the next part is the cost. So this is going to cost 118,000 yen, which roughly translates to $1,100 US. That's pretty much the same price that Rapunzel went for, although I think Rapunzel was slightly cheaper, right? I think she was like 1,050, which, I mean, $50 difference at this price range is not that much. I mean, some people argue that it is, but I'm just saying, just round it out. I mean, 1,100. Now, the thing about Cinderella, too, is that because she's a super Dollfie, she's not made out of vinyl, she's made out of resin, for those of you that don't know. She also does not have an internal skeleton. She's held together by rubber bands inside. That's the best way I can describe it. Now, she also has a new skin tone color, which is called PS Alabaster, or Pure Skin Alabaster, which pretty much to me kind of looks like a semi-white version, or even just white, really. But that's the skin color. It's also going to come with extra hand parts, just like Rapunzel did. And now it says on the website, when it translated through Google Translate, that it will have glass slippers. But underneath that translation, there was a picture of the glass slipper, and it didn't look like glass at all. It kind of looked like a fabric that was kind of crocheted together, and it's see-through with like a lot of like ornaments on it, like diamond-looking kind of ornaments. So it didn't look glass to me. And when you read the description of what you get in the doll, where it says doll, wig, clothes, dress, it just says shoes. It doesn't say glass slippers. So I'm not really sure if the translation was wrong on that part. So you're going to have to take it for what it is on that one. Now, another thing to note about this is that if you're a Volks VS, VIP, or a global member, and you send in your application for Cinderella, there's a couple things that happens. So one, you get extra perks, like extra bonus points that you can apply to another purchase or to your shipping or whatever. You get like extra points. But another thing is that your application is going to be based upon your rank. So the way I understand it is that your VS, VIP, or global account or membership has a ranking number. And I guess depending on your number, how low or high it is, like if you're member number 1, versus member 2000 or something like that, you have, I'm assuming, don't quote me on this, but I'm assuming that depending on your number, if it's lower, you have a better chance of getting the doll. And then the higher it goes, you might go to the lottery. Or maybe every member, VS, VIP, or global, will be guaranteed to be in that stock portion of it. So I don't really know because it wasn't very specific. It just said based on your member number. Or it could be they do a lottery of member numbers, and if your number's picked, maybe that's another way that they're going to do it. But that's another thing to think about for those of you that haven't gotten your Volks global membership. I mean, it's only 550 yen, which in US dollars is like $5.25, I think, something like that. For a whole year covers you, so why not do it? But if you want to do it, definitely do it now, because doing your application and trying getting it done like the day of is not going to work. Like, you got to have your application and your membership already through before this even happens. So that's just another thing to note. Now let's move on. So the Volks International website is also hosting the DD Festival 2020, the Dollfie Dream 2020 Festival. Now this is going to take place July 18th to July 20th. Now there's a couple things during this event. Now the one thing that I thought was really interesting is that they call it Special Website Online Event. Now when I read the information, it wasn't very clear. So let's go this step by step. The first thing that they put on their event is that a new DD will be exhibited. So a new Dollfie Dream. At first I read that wrong and I thought it was going to be a new Dollfie exhibited, which I was like, hey, that's going to be Cinderella. But it specifically said DD. So if it was Cinderella, it'd be SD. So I have no idea what this is going to be that's exhibited. I haven't seen any like leaks on the internet of anything of that might be happening. So you never know. But we just had Jupiter. Sailor Moon came out on her own, right? Mars and Mercury came out together. Jupiter came out solo. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be Venus that's going to be announced, but I could be wrong. Venus could be coming later on in the year. We never know, but we'll see what happens. But that's the first thing that they listed. The second thing that they listed was that during this event, which is going to be taking place at Doll Point Akihabara, we will be able to purchase the mini Dollfie Dream Mochi Ashi and the new heads at Doll Point Akihabara, because originally it was only able to be purchased in Osaka. So now it is Osaka and the flagship from Doll Point Akihabara. That's going to be taking place during that event as well. They also listed that premium animatic eyes type N flower type is going to be available during this event, which they have pictures on the website if you want to take a look at the pictures. As well as they're going to have a lucky bag event. Now, this is something that they do at their store where you just buy a bag for, I forgot what the price was. I think it was like 5,000 yen, which is like 50 bucks US, or maybe 2,500, which is just $25. But basically, it's a bag of a random thing of your choice. So it could be wigs, random and wig. I said wigs, but it could be just one wig in there. But it's random, whatever that's in there. You could pick wig, you could pick shoe, or you could pick eyes. So whichever one of those, you're going to get a random thing in that bag from that category. Whether or not you get more than one of that, I don't know. Eyes and shoes, I'm assuming it's a pair. They're not just going to give you one eye. That'd be really weird. I'm assuming it's a pair. But then I don't know if they're going to have a bag that's complete luck where you just go with the flow and see what you get. Like, you don't even pick a category. They just kind of like go here. So that's one thing. Now, the other thing is an online DD photo contest. So if you want to enlist into that contest, you have to do it actually before the event. So it gets picked for the event. So that's all something that you can look up on their website if you're interested in that. Then they're saying that they're going to have an online awards ceremony and drawings. So the award ceremony is whatever, award ceremony. But the drawings is like, I don't know, is it like lottery drawings? Maybe for the Cinderella or maybe for the new doll that's being announced? I don't know. Now, it said it's a special website online festival thing. So I'm assuming all that meant was that you get to see all this online as it's streaming. But I don't know if there's anything that you could purchase as us international people. I don't know if there's anything you could specifically purchase during this special online web event. That I don't know. We need more information as time goes by. But in conjunction, well, not really in conjunction, but coming out during the same time frame, Volks International is going to have their July 2020 outfit collection on their international website. And that is going to start on July 18th, which is one day after the event starts. Because the event starts for the DD Festival is on July 17th. And then the July outfit collection is going to be on the 18th. So, I mean... Oh, no, wait, no. I got that wrong. No, they're both on the 18th. So they both start on the same day. They start on the same day. JST time. JST time. So if you live in America, that's one day before us. So just be aware of that. So the July 2020 outfit collection is going to be launched the same time as the DD Festival 2020. We have a lot of Dollfie news today. So then next up, we talking about Volks USA now. So Volks USA has their Dollfie Icon 2020 color event. Now, I mentioned this in the last episode of the Doll Symposium, and we didn't have much information then. So right now, we have information, a lot more information now, because it's already in the middle of the event. So as you're watching this video, it already started. So July 1st is when the event actually started, and it ends on July 10th. So that's one day after you guys are seeing this video as I'm posting it on a Thursday. So it actually ends the next day. So if you haven't gotten into this event, definitely check it out right now on Volks USA. But I'm going to explain to you what it is. It's a lottery event that's going to take place where you get the Dollfie Dream icon. You get to pick which one you want, and, you know, according to the website, it's a lottery. So if you win, you get to purchase that doll. Now, all the original dolls are going to be available during this Dollfie Icon event, which is Clover, Lilac, Sarah, and Terra, or their names respectively Mint, Iris, Petal, and Tawny. Now, those are the original girls that will be available during this event. But the thing that's special this time around, it's their romantic event. So you have two new dolls entering the fray. So Dollfie Dream Icon Sarah Romantic and Tawny Romantic. So that's the one that's the Sarah is the Petal and Terra is the Tawny, which the one with the blue hair and the pink hair. Now those are the ones, at least from the pictures that you can see, those are the ones that are getting what they call romantic versions. So if you look at their faces, the face is different. So you still get the same color of the body, but the face is different. It's got a more, I guess, romantic / seductive looking face. I guess is the best way I can describe it. Now, one thing to note is that if you do want to enter this lottery event and you are interested in these dolls and you really want them, the one thing that you have to understand about this event is that the doll you see is not necessarily the doll you're going to get. So for example, if you like Sarah Romantic, right? And you like the way she looks in this picture and you're like, I want that girl. That's the girl I want. Well, when you purchase any of the Dollfie Dream Icon girls, this is very different than purchasing a regular Dollfie Dream. It's more akin to when you buy a Super Dollfie. This happens a lot in Super Dollfie. But for Dollfie Icon, I know I'm rambling a lot. For Dollfie Icon, if you picked Sarah Romantic, when you pick that doll, you're picking that doll for the face sculpt and the skin tone color. The wig and the eyes are going to be random. There are 7 types of wigs and 7 types of eye colors, and wig colors and style. Like the wig color and the style go together. So whatever color you get that specific style. So there's 7 wigs and 7 eye colors. And when you pick your Sarah Romantic, for the example, you can get any of those 7 wigs. It might not be the one you see in that picture. And you can get any of the 7 eyes. It may not be the one you see in that picture. So in the picture, if you see a blue hair and a pink eyes, and that's the one that you wanted, you might not get that. You might get like purple hair or red hair, and you might get yellow eyes or green eyes. You won't know because it's random. So that's one thing I want to preface and let you guys be aware of, because not many people notice that that's actually a thing if you don't read the fine print. Now, moving on. Volks USA is also having their Summer Festival 2020. Now, they have this every year, and every year they release a bunch of dolls. But it's not new dolls, it's dolls that have been previously released in lottery form. And now, during the Summer Festival time, I'm assuming it's whatever dolls that they have, like, it's whatever dolls that they have extras of that they put into this DD Summer Festival. So for this year's 2020 Summer Festival, you have Dollfie Dream Megan and Luca, Dollfie Dream Matoy, Dollfie Dream Saber Arturia, Dollfie Dream Jeanne d'Arc, and Dollfie Dream Asuna Titania version, and Akira the Second. Akira the Second. Those are all going to be available for this event, as well as special outfits for those characters and some hand parts for Hatsune Miku, which is not a part of that, but I guess they have so many of those left over that it's in this event just like it was last year. So all those items, plus some other little clothing items here and there, are going to be part of the DD Summer Festival. Now, these girls, if you want any of these girls, it's not a lottery for the DD Summer Festival. It's first come, first serve. So if they only have one, let's say, of the Jeanne d'Arc, if you're not quick and purchase her, somebody might steal her right from under you. So that is a first come, first serve event for Volks Summer Festival 2020. And that is going to start on July 13th, and it's going to end on July 31st. All right? So give me a second. I did a lot of talking. Oh, some nice cold water. It is hot in my office, people. All right, so that's everything for Dollfie Dream News. That was the longest Dollfie Dream News I think I've done in all my years of doing this. There is a lot to cover. Now, granted, I used to do these episodes every week, so now this is the second week. This is 2 weeks later, so now I have 2 weeks, but even for 2 weeks, that was a lot of Dollfie Dream stuff. So now let's move on to Smart Doll News. We have Smart Doll stuff, and there's still a lot of that as well, but I think this one might come a little quicker. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. So first up, Danny Chu has posted in this picture here a Smart Doll Resilient in Coco. Now, we don't know any estimated time of arrival for this or ETA. We don't know when she's going to be available. But one thing that we do know is that within this picture, Danny Chu always puts like a lot of text, like a lot of writing to update us with some news. And the interesting about this particular post was he says that in order to release new girls, that he usually has to keep making a lot of them and stockpiling them. Let's just say 500 pieces, right? Just for the sake of example. Let's say he only makes 500 pieces. Then he announces the date. He's like, oh, it's going to be released tomorrow. Everybody wants it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, everybody falls in love with it. It sells out that same day. That's one way he was doing it. And that's the way he's been doing it since pretty much day one. But that makes it hard because that means that in order to release the girl, he has to make so many copies of it first. And that puts a delay on on the girls being released. So when you have like a new announcement like, oh, we have this new smart doll, she's going to come out in March. And then he's like, oh, this is new smart doll, and then this is another new smart doll, and this is another, and there's like 10 more announced. But then of those 10, the next one don't come until like 6 months later, right? Because he has to keep making them and making them. So one thing he's decided to do is move over to a pre-order system. So he's going to make a couple, but not like on the large scale that he did. I don't know what number he's set on. I don't know if it's going to be 10, 20, 100, 500. Whatever the number is going to be, he says he's going to make a smaller quantity than what he was making before for the release date. And he's going to put them up on pre-order. So there's a new function on the website. Dauntless had it, but I don't know if any of the girls have it currently ticking away right now. But if you go on the website and you look into the coming soon section, there might be a countdown for one of the girls. And during that countdown, I think they're going to let you know when the pre-orders go up. So then you pre-order the girl and then she gets sent out like pretty much that time. And then once the pre-order is done, that's it. You can't purchase the girl anymore until the next pre-order. So it's not finalized in the sense that once they're all sold out, that's it. There's no more. It's more like he's going to sell out on that batch. Then he's going to make a second batch, and then there's going to pre-order for the second batch at another time, and a pre-order for a third batch at another time. Whenever that time's going to be, a month later, 2 months later, we don't know. He's just going to do them in batches for this pre-order system. So there's going to be different release windows. But what this does is he can make, like, let's say, 2 cinnamon girls, like, I don't know, Mirai, Cinnamon, and Dauntless's Cinnamon. So let's say he's releasing a new Mirai, right? He can use the same body, it's just different heads, right? So he's going to make bodies and bodies and bodies and then just make 20 of one head and 20 of one head. So this way he can release multiple girls during the same window, just less of them, and then another multiple girls at another window. Or maybe not multiple girls, but more like one girl, and then next week another girl, and the next week another girl. Maybe something like that. This is all speculation. Danny Chu did not give me any of this information. This is just what I think he's probably going to do. This will allow for more girls to be released and more frequently, but you just have to do it in batches. So you might not be lucky enough to get it in batch 1 because there's just so small of a batch apparently. But you might not get it in batch 2, you might not get it in batch 3, we don't know. The bad side I see to this is that if you wanted a particular girl and she doesn't sell well, but you need time to save money, if the first batch didn't sell well and it took like a long time to finish selling that first batch, because sales were low, he might not make even a second batch. It might just get discontinued from there. And while you're saving your money, then you just lost out. So that's one downside. But I guess at the same time, it's no different than you trying to save your money for a particular girl that's announced to be released next month and you just don't save it in time. So, I mean, it's pros and cons depending on the way you look at it. So I thought that was interesting news. Now, let's keep moving on. So the next one is Smart Doll Dauntless that I talked about. So she was actually released. She had the special pre-order countdown, but she's also sold out. So if you wanted Dauntless, she's sold out right now, and you're going to have to wait for the next batch in order to get Dauntless. But she was released. She's no longer on that prototyping stage. But now I'm going to talk about a lot of prototypes. So let me get some more water, because Danny Chu has talked about a lot of prototypes. So first up, let's do the first prototype. So Danny Chu has posted in this picture here of Prowess in T. Now there is no ETA on Prowess in T. It's just a prototype. He's just been showing a lot of this. No ETA on a lot of these. So this is Prowess T prototype. As always, Prowess always looks good, no matter what color beverage that they come in. Prowess always looks awesome. So Prowess T, awesome job, Danny. So let's move on. Next prototype. Danny Chu is posting this picture here. We talked about Monday, the quote-unquote vintage series. So Monday's slush cast molding is ready. So that means the release date of Monday is probably going to be coming out really soon. So keep an eye out for that. But it looks like the slush cast molding is pretty much underway, which means the process is going fairly quickly for this doll. Now the next one Danny Chu has posted in this picture here is another Monday, but Monday Coco. No ETA on Monday Coco, but this is so far how she's going to look. Now, also, Monday Coco needs a name. So Monday has Monday, right? what do you want Monday Coco to be? Tuesday? Like, well, I don't know. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. I don't know what days it's going to be. It may not even be a day. But what name would you... Okay. All right. We're recording now. So what name... Sorry, my camera, every time it hits 30 minutes, conks out. So what name do you want to give Monday Coco? Let me know in the comment section down below. Send it to Danny Chu on his Twitter and Instagram so he knows what you guys think. Maybe it will get chosen. You never know. Now, next up, speaking of Monday, right? So people have been wondering about more guy dolls. So there's a vintage, quote unquote, vintage guy doll. It's going to be coming out, and Danny Chu's posted a picture of it here. Now, this is the prototype of the vintage guy, and he needs a name. And really, if you look at him, it's a vintage guy. I say we just call him Guy or Guy, like that French version, Guy. I guess they call it Guy, or is that Canadian? We call Guy. I don't know, but it's spelled like Guy. But we could just call him Guy and be like, hey, smart doll Guy, you guys interested? But he has those like lines. I don't know if those lines are gonna be on the real doll or if that was just for jokes, but that's what he looks like so far. Those lines make him look like a puppet. Puppets kind of freak me out. It's not really my thing, but I know a lot of you out there are probably into that stuff. So if you are interested in this version of a vintage guy for Smart Doll, definitely keep an eye out on that one. And once he goes on the coming soon page, put in your email for the notification so that you know when the pre-orders are going to come up. Now, let's keep moving on. All right, so Danny Chu's posted a picture here of more stuff. So on the left-hand picture, he shows two existing heads that he's currently working on, right? And then on the right-hand side, he says those are two new anime-styled heads. But he didn't say that. He said two new anime heads, right? Now, you could take it either way. It could be two new anime-styled heads, meaning two new original characters, such as like Mirai or Melody or Chitose are all original characters from Smart Doll. Or it could be two new anime licensed heads. Could be that as well. We don't know. He just said anime heads. So it could be licensed characters. It could be original characters. We don't know. But the one on the right-hand picture, left-hand head, that one looks really cool. She looks super cute so far. The way the head looks, the face up, it kind of reminds me of the girl. I don't remember her name. Oh, wait, no. Belle Dandy was her name from Oh My Goddess, the anime Oh My Goddess. She looks a lot like that head, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think it's going to be an original character from Smart Doll or licensed anime characters? You never know. It could be. It could be either or. It could be either or. Now let's move on. So Danny Chu's posted in this picture here of a super... Wow, I can't talk. Smart Doll Supergirl. This is the new licensed product with the DC Heroine line. And we saw her back in Anime NYC, and we've been seeing her a lot in Danny Chu's posts. Now, the reason why she's here is because of two things. One, she was supposed to be released already. She got postponed, rightfully so, because of what happened with the whole COVID-19 thing. A lot of projects that he's been working on has been backlogged, or not really backlogged, but you know, it's been getting slowed down, okay? So Supergirl is one of those things. Now, one thing that he wanted to let us know is that the belt is made of beta titanium. Now, I don't know what that is. I honestly don't know what that is. I know what titanium is. I don't know what beta titanium is. But it's going to be made of beta titanium. And he says it's been hard getting the materials for it and the color right for it. But it seems to be progressing nicely, which means that Supergirl is hopefully coming out sometime soon. But he also mentioned in the same post that the announcement of the DC heroines will be released in variety rather than quantity. So again, this goes to the whole pre-order thing that he's doing in batches. Does that mean that we're going to get multiple DC heroine girls launched at the same time but in smaller batches? Or multiple DC heroine girls launched in small batches but more closely together? Like 1 week this girl, the next week this girl, the next week this girl. I'm more leaning towards that they're farther apart though, only because that we've seen lots of prototypes of Supergirl. We've seen only one blurry prototype of Batgirl, and then the other heroines, we don't even know who they are. I'm assuming Catwoman's one of them. I'm assuming. And Wonder Woman, I forgot, Wonder Woman is another one. But we haven't seen any prototypes of Wonder Woman either. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but he said variety rather than quantity. So even if it's one batch only and it's a smaller variety, a smaller quantity to meet the variety status quo, they could be super, super limited dolls. So I really don't know how this is going to play out. I'm sure Danny will let us know as we get closer to the release date announcements, but oh man, it makes me real nervous because I do want Batgirl, even though I've only seen a blurry version of her. I really want Batgirl. Oh, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. So let's keep moving on to more stuff. So last time in episode 10 of the Doll Symposium, we talked about Interstellar Blue, right? So now we have more news. So in this picture here, Danny Chu has posted Singularity, which is the Interstellar Blue anime version. It looks like she won the votes and she is going to be the first one to be released in the Interstellar Blue line. Now, one thing to note about her is that her hair and her eye color is not final. He hasn't finalized it yet, but so far it looks pretty good in my opinion. I think she looks really cool. But what kind of hair or eye color do you want to see on the final version? Are you good with this one, or do you guys have other suggestions? Put it down in the comment section down below. Now, another thing that he put in this that I thought was really interesting in this same post is that he wrote about how somebody asked for a prototype in white for their eyes. So this is a picture of the prototype white color eyes. Like, wow. I personally will not be buying this because it looks creepy. But that being said, though, it's super cool. Like, I could see something like this working for, like, let's say Danny Chu somehow got a license for Marvel. And then he wanted to do the character Storm. If you're not familiar, Storm is a character that uses the elements as her superpowers. And whenever she does that, her eyes turn white. And I'm like, this looks really cool for, like, if it was a Storm character, like like a licensed character, these eyes are awesome for that. These eyes will also be awesome for other things, but the eyes themselves, I think, is a really cool accomplishment. I think it looks really cool, but I don't know if I want to put them in any of my girls because they kind of look a little creepy to me. I'm not big on scary movies or horror stuff, so sorry for those of you that are into that, but that's not my cup of tea. And you know, if that is your cup of tea, this is an awesome product for you. Or if you like to do cosplay or for your dolls, or you want to do a specific character that also has white eyes, like for instance, Danny Chu mentioned a while back about Naruto. Naruto's wife, Hinata, has white eyes also. Is this a hint of what's to come? I don't know. This is all speculation. We'll have to wait and see. Give me a moment. Okay, let's keep going. Now, another thing that Danny Chu said was that in this post, very shortly at the very end, he said the first blue, interstellar blue guy is in the works, and his name is Gemini. But we have no pictures whatsoever what Gemini is going to look like. At least I haven't seen them. If you've seen them, put it in the comment section down below, because I have not seen that yet. Now, next up, Danny Chu has posted in this picture here of Singularity, the interstellar blue semi-real version. Now, this semi-real version, I voted for anime, right? And I like the anime one. But this semi-real version has changed a lot. And she looks really cool now. She looks a lot better than she did before. I like the way she looks. I like the hair. I love the hair, how it's short with the blue streaks. I love it. It's great. She looks awesome. Now, the wig, though, is not final. And he mentioned in this picture that he's looking to make a wig where customers can style themselves. I don't know what that means, so take it for what that is. But maybe that means he's going to give you a standard wig and it's not going to be styled at all, and you're going to have to basically do all the manual styling. Or it'll be styled, but he'll give you some product to change the style a little bit if you wanted to. I don't know. It's all speculation. I don't know what that means. I'm just trying to think of ways that it could work. I don't know. But that's Singularity Interstellar Blue. Now, speaking of blue, let's go on to another one. Danny Chu is posting this picture here of Prowess. This is Prowess in Interstellar Blue, and she looks really good. And he's asking, do the white whiskers look good or should it be changed? Personally, the white whiskers I think looks really awesome, especially with the purplish glow to them. Awesome. Thumbs up, Prowess, Interstellar Blue. She looks awesome. So let's keep moving. So Danny Chu has posted in this picture here of a new apparel set. Now, there's no ETA on this, but it's called the Mori Girl set. Now, I love this set. I don't know what Mori Girl is. I know it's a style in Japan, but the reason why I love this set is because I've seen an outfit like this worn on one of my favorite actresses in Japanese dramas. I like to watch a lot of J dramas. I haven't seen any lately, but I watched a lot of old ones, and like I've seen this outfit before. I'm like, I need this outfit, so I'm waiting for this. ETA, we don't know, but it is in the works. Now, Danny Chu has another prototype he's posted in this picture here of the Britannia dress. Also no ETA on this, but as you can tell, he has the Britannia flag as part of this dress. Looks really awesome. Way to show your British heritage there. I think it's really cool. Let's keep moving on. So Danny Chu has posted in this picture here, the holster. So the holster is in the works, like everything else because of COVID-19. It got a little postponed, but he's still working on it. Now, reasons for postponement was the leather, finding the right type of leather. Now, he found it, but now he's asking what color. Apparently, he's going to release this holster in brown first, but he's thinking of other colors. And what colors do you guys want? What do you want to see? Let me know in the comment section down below. And then lastly, we're at the end of this video because it's a long video, guys. Lastly, Danny Chu has posted in this picture here of a prototype t-shirt design. Now, I'm assuming this is a t-shirt design for smart dolls, not for humans, although I would like it to be for humans too, but you never know because doing the human t-shirt designs don't sell as well, and they also are more expensive to make. So we don't know, but I do like it. Anyways, Danny Chu has posted this picture with the new t-shirt design with Mirai and a rainbow. And he's asking, what should the lines underneath be? Where it says line 1, line 2. Now, you could just do one line or you could do 2 lines. He's asking, what do you guys want it to say? Put it in the comment section down below. Put it on Danny Chu's Instagram and Twitter page. Let him know what you want this t-shirt to say or what you think it should say. Now, I'm not great at marketing. I'm not a good marketing guy. I have no idea, statistics and going to demographics and things like that. I have no idea. I have no idea how to sell things. But I will give you my opinion. I think, just to be funny, because it has a rainbow, it has Mirai, and I don't know if this is a really weird joke and it wouldn't make sense, but I'm thinking it should say line 1, taste the future, and then line 2, smart doll. Like, taste the future, smart doll. And then just have Mirai there with a rainbow. It's like a play on words with the Skittles commercial. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but I thought it was funny. It probably won't get made. It's probably a silly, stupid idea. But what do you guys think it should say on this t-shirt? Put it down in the comment section down below. Now that's it. That ends today's episode of 3 Minute... 3 Minute... Wow, I almost said 3 Minute Thursdays. To be honest, I do miss that show, but the Doll Symposium is definitely way better as I get to talk more about my own opinion than rather just stating facts all the time, news. I like doing this one-on-one conversation with you guys, like as if we were hanging out together. Picture us, we're hanging out together at Starbucks. I got my green tea latte, you got your frappuccino or whatever it is that you guys like to drink, and we're just hanging out talking doll stuff. This is what I envision this show is. It's like a one-on-one conversation with me and you, just as if we were hanging out talking about dolls. Although my only interaction to hear what you guys think is in the comment section down below as I'm doing all the talking. But let me know in the comment section down below if you have any comments on this video, anything that you want to touch upon, or let me know that I missed anything at all. Like, I love talking with you guys in the comment section. So put it down in the comment section down below. Now, usually I do the community shout out, but I have no applications for this video. For the 2 weeks that have gone by, no one has applied for community shout out, so I have no shout outs to make. But if you do want to be featured on the community shout out on this channel, on this show, please send an email over here to my email at dlwshizusan@gmail.com. Now, the rules are you post one photo. The photo could be of any doll you want, or dolls, or you and your doll, whatever it is that you want. Just make sure it's family related, it's PG. I mean, it could be a little risque, but make sure it's something that's PG risque, if that makes any sense. Then let me know in the email what the base doll is, because if you modified the doll or made it customized, I won't may not be able to tell what the original doll was. So put that on there, as well as a message that you would like me to read out to everybody. The message could be about anything you want, about advertisement for your own channel or your own stores, or your advertisement of your picture or your Instagram, anything that you want to say to the community that you would like to share with them. And as well, where you can be found. Make sure you put down any information that you want individuals watching the show to find you, whether that's your Twitter account, Instagram, YouTube, Flickr account, web page, anything that you guys would want me to announce on this channel so that everybody can find your stuff. Put that in the email. And then lastly, just put in the email, let me know what you want me to say and what you don't want me to say, because I don't want to accidentally read out information you don't want me to say that's going to go on YouTube for all the world to see. So just make sure you highlight on that email, what it is that I'm okay to say and what I'm not okay to say, okay? But that's really it. If you want to be featured on the community shout out, just make sure you do that. The instructions are also in the comment section down below as well. And also, if you've already participated in the community shout out, you can still participate again. You're not precluded to a set amount of times. You can participate as much as you want, just not the same picture. Has to be a different picture, okay? So just let me know in the comment section down below about anything that you want, and send emails to dlwshizusan@gmail.com if you want to participate in the community shoutout. Now that ends today's episode of the Doll Symposium. As always, I am your host, Shizusan, and my beautiful assistant today is the very lovely Hanamaru. So make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.
This is our time, this is our life. Sometimes all you need is a smile to get by.